The Silver Dragon Queen noticed that my hand was injured, and brought me a medicine box to apply medicine for me. She thanked me for today's matter. I feel like everything I did was for the daughter. A few days later, the sister of the Silver Dragon Queen invited us to her house as guests. She warmly welcomed us and interacted with our daughters. After dinner, she plans to show us photos of the Silver Dragon Queen when she was a child. Just as the Silver Dragon Queen was about to snatch the album away, I took it and looked at it. It's already evening now. After dinner, Leon returned to his room. He sat on the sofa, holding a brown-covered book in both hands, and read it very seriously. The title of this book is Encyclopedia of Dragon Parenting, with the subtitle 108 Ways to Communicate with Babies. He appears to be studying the book's content to better understand his daughter's current developmental stage, aiming to refine his parenting approach and improve communication with them. He analyzed the way Noah and Muin usually spoke to him based on the content of the book. At that moment, the knocking sound outside the door interrupted his thoughts. He lifted his head and looked towards the door, wanting to confirm who would come to his room at this time. Then, his room door was opened. The person knocking on the door is Roswitha. She walked in wearing a white nightgown and black stockings, carrying a small medical kit. Leon saw that the person coming in was her, so he placed the book in his hand on the table next to him. He asked her in confusion, "Oh, why are you here?" He didn't know what she was doing in his room with the medical kit at this time. Roswitha did not immediately answer his question. She walked straight to the sofa where Leon was sitting and sat down next to him. Leon moved towards the side of the sofa, freeing up some space for Roswitha. He turned his head and looked at her with a slightly surprised expression. Her appearance in his room at this point is very suspicious. He was worried that she might want to torture him all night again. He was thinking nervously in his heart. Why is she sitting next to me? Did she conceive some novel way to play again? However, Roswitha did not do anything to him as Leon had thought. She placed one hand on the medical kit, ready to open it, and then extended the other hand towards Leon. She said to Leon, "Hand." Her eyes looked to the side with some blush on her face. She seemed a little shy about the request. Leon's tense emotions disappeared instantly. He looked at her with a puzzled expression. Huh? He didn't know what she meant by making this gesture towards her. Roswitha saw his puzzled expression and explained to him, "Isn't your hand already injured?" Leon knew that Roswitha was talking about his hand injury. This morning, Lars' father challenged him to a duel. As a top dragon slayer, how could he not agree to this request? He couldn't stand Lars' father's provocation towards their family anymore. He mustered all his strength and struck down Lars' father with a powerful blow. As a result, due to excessive force, serious injuries appeared on the back of his hand. Leon lifted his injured hand and looked at it, his expression calm. He seemed indifferent to the scar. "Oh, you're talking about this. It's just a minor injury. It'll be fine in a couple of days." However, Roswitha is still somewhat concerned about Leon's injuries. She closed her eyes and shyly pulled his hand over. "Give me your hand, hurry up." Seeing that Roswitha insisted on applying medicine to his injured hand, Leon dared not continue to persuade him. Roswitha opened the medical kit placed on her lap and took out a cotton swab and a bottle of red medicine. She put a cotton swab into the bottle and dipped it in some red medicine. Then, she took Leon's hand and used a cotton swab to apply red medicine to the back of his hand. The red potion covered Leon's back of his hand, making him feel a bit cold, but also a bit painful. He called out softly, "Ah!" He didn't expect the injury on the back of his hand to be quite serious. He took a gentle breath. The hand trembled slightly due to the pain. Roswitha noticed Leon's movements. She gently grasped his hand while applying medicine to him. "Don't move. It will be fine soon." After Roswitha finished speaking, Leon stopped moving casually. He slightly lowered his head and looked at her, who was carefully applying medicine to him. He froze a little as he stared at her figure. He silently said in his heart, "As a seasoned dragon slayer, I have countless injuries on my body I used to handle casually. This is the first time someone has been so careful in helping me apply medicine." Roswitha held a cotton swab and carefully applied medicine to Leon's back of his hand. Then, she pulled his hand in front of her and noticed that some areas were severely injured. She put the cotton swab back into the medicine bottle and dipped it in some extra red medicine. She applied more red medicine to the severely injured area on the back of her hand with a cotton swab. After the potion had fully coated the back of Leon's injured hand, Roswitha took the cotton swab away and gently rested his hand on her thigh. Then, she took out a bandage from the medical kit and prepared to wrap it around his hand. Leon could feel the gentle movements of Roswitha and also feel her fingertips wandering on his hand. Roswitha's palms are soft and hot. Her fingertips feel slightly cool. The areas she touched are itchy. What am I overthinking? Realizing his thoughts about Roswitha, Leon immediately turned his head to the side. He didn't want to admit that Roswitha sitting in front of him now would treat him so gently. However, his physical reaction did not lie to him. His face slowly turned red, and he was even too shy to look at him. Roswitha focused on wrapping Leon's bandage without looking up to see his small movements. At this moment, she suddenly spoke to Leon. "Today's matter, thank you." Leon still didn't look directly at Roswitha. He opened one eye and glanced at her, saying with some confusion, "Ah? Why thank me?" After wrapping Leon's hand in a bandage, Roswitha took out a pair of scissors from the medical kit and cut off the excess bandage. She tied the bandage on Leon's hand into a bow and gently tightened it. She explained to him what happened at school today. "Lars' father has a domineering attitude, but you take the initiative to stand up and protect me and Noah." Leon understood that what she wanted to thank was for today's matter, so he gave her a gentle smile. "Ah, those are all things I should do. Although we live as strangers, in front of outsiders, you are at least my." This is all for Noah. Realizing that he was about to say something related to Roswitha, Leon immediately changed his words. He raised his hand and casually touched his neck, trying to hide the embarrassment of having just said the wrong thing. However, the increasing redness on his face had already revealed his inner thoughts at that moment. Upon hearing what he said, Roswitha did not refute it. She closed her eyes and touched her braid with her hand, revealing a faint smile on her face. "Humph, I knew you wouldn't admit it so easily." After dealing with Leon's injuries, Roswitha remembered that there was one more thing she hadn't told Leon. "By the way, my sister has sent a letter inviting our whole family to visit her place. Do you want to go?" Leon thought for a moment, then replied to her, "Your sister? I don't want to go." Upon hearing his answer, Roswitha closed her eyes and spoke to him with a threatening tone. "Okay, then let's settle the previous matter." Leon was so scared at the thought of how she had tortured him several times at night that he dared not continue to refuse her. "Fine, I'll go, all right?" The moon gradually dispersed the clouds around it, silently watching the interaction between Leon and Roswitha.
Hey! Have you heard about it? LoloBun has uploaded a new comic. I have already shared a new comic. The name of this comic is The Blonde-Haired Villain. In Girl Overlord novel, also longs for happiness. I have already shared the relevant content of this comic in this video. You can click on this video to learn about the comic story and character information. If you are interested, you can subscribe to my channel and wait for the sharing of new comic.